What's going on, YouTube? Appreciate y'all tuning into the channel. It's your boy e.dabeast. For today's video topic, we're going to be talking about, are you making these common budgeting mistakes? Now, the first budgeting mistake is not being aware of your finances. So when you're not aware of your finances, you're going to have no idea like what to do with your finances. Each and every day, you're going to be wondering, where does my money go? Like, I'm making money, but it just keeps disappearing. Like, it must be magic or something. But it's like, no, it's not like that. It's just you're not taking the time to be aware of your finances. And being aware of your finances doesn't really take much, or doesn't really take long. The first thing you could do is really, you could just either whoever you bank with, just go into the banking app, and you could just I bank with Chase, so the bank Chase has a snapshot feature. So like at the top, they move it around sometimes, but as of recently, it's at the top. So you can click on the snapshot feature, and you could they have the option of either daily, weekly, monthly. You could either click one of those, and you go to the monthly, so it'll show you how much money you brought in over the last 3 months. So that's one thing. And whoever I'm giving that example because I bank with Chase, but whoever you bank with, you want to just go into the app and look at your statements. Or if you're old school, you want to print out the statements and look at the actual statements and stuff like that. That's another way you could do it. But that's literally the first step. Like, the first step of changing any situation or anything is awareness. You got to be aware of what you're doing, because if you don't put it at the forefront of your mind, if you just keep going through it, you're never going to change. Your financial situation is not going to change if you don't become aware for it. The first step in changing anything is first of all becoming aware of what's going on. Now that's the first mistake. Now the second mistake is not having an allocation. So what does that mean, not having an allocation? So for example, you could decide on either 50, 30, 20, or you could do a 80, 15, and 5 or something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head. But the main thing is just having a plan. Forget all the numbers, forget all the percentages for a second. But the main thing is just having a plan for budgeting. Okay, living expenses. How much does it cost me to live? This goes back to the first step. Like, you gotta be aware of your finances, so it gives you more control, more peace of mind. You don't want to be always constantly stressing and always have to like, oh man, I gotta do this. I gotta make sure this is no. Like, once you have a clear idea of what your financial picture, it puts you at ease. But yeah, forget the numbers for a second. The main thing is just to have a plan in place for your finances and stuff like that. You want to think about your needs. Okay, for needs, I want to put away 50% of my gross monthly income towards that. 30%, there's a lot of things that I want. Let me put that towards those wants. For me, I do the 30% a little bit differently. About 30% I'm saving. And then for the last 20%, hey man, you could be like, oh, I'm investing this. I'm putting this money towards investments. Or if you're like, maybe I don't want to invest, you're more of a saver, you could put more towards your savings. So you could take that down to 10%. So it just all depends on where you're at, what you want to do. But the main thing is just to have a game plan in place for your money. You don't want to just be winging it, because if you keep winging it, you're going to be stuck in a cycle of making money, spending money. No matter, it doesn't matter what income level that you're at. You could make 10K, spend 10K. You could make, there's a lot of people, they say a lot of Americans don't even have $1,000 in their bank account and stuff like that. So you make a lot and you spend a lot. You want to break that cycle of making a lot and spending. You want to be living below your means. That's the main thing that you want to do. The last and most biggest mistake is people is not having a plan at all for their finances and stuff like that. Like the late great Benjamin Franklin once said, if you fail to plan, you're planning to fail. So why would you do that to yourself, especially with your finances? We all got to deal with money. The world deals with money all the time. So you want to at least have that aspect of your life, in control. You want to be in control of your finances, not letting your finances control you. You know what I'm saying? Having to constantly always work and all that kind of stuff. But it's like, if you had managed your money correctly and did the right things, you won't have the stress. It's gonna reduce your stress. A lot of people gonna say money not everything, but it's like it helps reduce the stress. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. If you could pay your bills, you could actually now focus on other real life problems, stuff that's really been bothering you. You could work on your spirituality. You could work on different things that's really gonna help you and move the needle forward. But not to ramble on too much, that's the video for today. Appreciate y'all tuning into the channel. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.